Hello single ladies out there. This is a video for you specifically about dating and online dating tips. But stay with me to the end because I'm going to share with you a guidebook that I've created specifically for online dating in your 40s. That would be really helpful for you about the apps, about the tips of how to make connections and how to take connections into meetings and have fun while you're doing that. Without further ado, for those who don't know me, my name is Rhea. I'm a dating and relationship coach and an NLP practitioner. So I'm trying to make this shorter and sweeter for you. So tip number one, set your expectations correctly. Are you trying to get out there just to start dating and you don't want anything serious to start with? Or have you been dating for a long time and you know what you're looking for? So it's important to make sure that you are clear what type of relationship you're looking for. Is it an exclusive one? Is it just flings? And that's fine too. Do you want to just go out there and just meet people and have fun? That is very important. So I would suggest as tip number one to try to spend some time to be clear about that. And even if you're not 100% clear, you can still jump out there and start your dating and find out while you're dating. But it would be helpful to know that. And you know what? What's funny is that sometimes you think that you want that serious relationship, but actually you're not emotionally available. And that's okay too. You'll find that on the road in your journey. Tip number two, your mindset. We all hear about all this mindset and positivity. I would say positivity, but the mindset is like if you already think about going into dating and all the men are wrong types of people, or there aren't good enough men out there, or people don't want single moms with children and men are not interested because they think you're too busy or that the child may get in the way. All of that is going out there, putting yourself out there with a kind of negative, low vibration. So you won't be attracting the right person for you. So it's really important to get up in the morning and feel, yes, the right person is out there for me. I believe in it. And you actually make a space for them in your home, in your heart. If you're looking for that life partner, say, yes, this is the space for that person. You sleep with that thought in your mind and you wake up with that thought in your mind. So you set yourself, you vision that is going to happen for you. So that's a mindset. And that takes me to tip number three, which is, yes, it's good to be optimistic, but it's good to be realistic as well. Not everybody out there is looking for the same thing as you are. They may be looking for casual relationships. Maybe the guy is just out of a divorce and he doesn't even know what he's looking for. Thankfully, the apps have thought about this. Both Bumble and Hinge, which were the ones that I use extensively, which I think cater themselves better to 35 plus, which is my target audience because I can relate to them more. And I hope they can relate to me more, is that you can put there on the apps what you're looking for. There is an option of looking for a relationship, casual or something casual, don't know. So you've got the options. You also have the options to say whether you want children or you have children, you don't want any more children, or you have children and you want children. I think those are the main key points that you need to consider in this age group and life stage to make sure that you're clear with the person in front of you. You don't want to waste their time and they're clear with you. So yes, be optimistic, but know that a lot of people on the apps out there are just browsing, just use it as a social network now that they've been around for 10 years, that their intention, maybe they're already in a relationship, but it's not going well and they just want to see what's out there. So you can kind of gauge that out relatively quickly. So tip number four is work on yourself. I cannot emphasize this enough. We all have this vision of what we're looking for. The tall, handsome, successful, kind guy who lives next door and, is going to give us all the attention we want. But what about us? Are we successful? Are we tall? Are we fit? Are we happy in ourselves? Are we kind? There is this thought and belief out there that your energy will attract the same level of energy. So there is this saying, become the partner you want to marry or the partner you want to have. Yes, become it. The fact that you should continue working on your own passions and have a purpose in life and want to keep healthy and fit is important. There's so many women out there who are not taking care of themselves, of their body, just letting themselves go and not having that healthy lifestyle, and they are having this unrealistic expectation that this charming prince on the white horse, successful and happy and fit, will come and swipe them off their feet. Well, come on, ladies or guys, this is for everybody. Be realistic. You have to become who you want to marry or who you want to have as a partner. Tip number 5 is about goal versus journey, the outcome versus the experience. Is that a lot of women, especially, who want this relationship in this age group are putting themselves out there with this goal. I want to find the man. So the interview questions are there. There's a specific process. I mean, I know I had become one of them after 1 or 2 years online, but there were good reasons for that. And then you don't enjoy the journey. You don't experience the experience. And you go out there once you get to the date or the meeting and you're just interviewing the guy and thinking about whether he's going to be a good husband or treat my son or daughter well or children. And you're not experiencing the experience. So I think that's quite overrated, that a lot of women think about the goal so specifically that they lose the sense of the present moment, and that's when the connection is made. The connection is made in the present moment, not projecting yourself into the future and thinking about all the things that could go right and go wrong. The moment, make sure you're enjoying the moment, make sure you are present in the moment, and you do think about the future, but you don't let that take over completely. Next tip is about men and women being different, not only biologically, but the biology and the physical aspects do impact how we react differently and what we're drawn to. So testosterone, progesterone, estrogen, all of these. And then you've got the other hormones like oxytocin and dopamine. So all of these play a role in how connections are made and how men and women are. So Dr. John Gray is an expert on that. Although I have to say, there are some myths that need to be busted, especially about men's sexual desire and behavior, which is a book that I've read, Not Always in the Mood, is really fantastic. I'm going to do a video solely on that. But yes, there are some universal things that are different between masculine and feminine. And I want to insist here that I'm talking mainly from a cisgender, heterosexual point of view. So please don't get me wrong. I will then talk about feminine and masculine energy. The masculine energy is very much goal-oriented and is looking for brownie points, more into the doing, and the feminine energy is more into the being. Now, we all have feminine and masculine energy in ourselves, but in a lot of women these days, because we've had to go out there and go become go-getters, and especially high-achieving women, the masculine energy is quite stronger. And what happens is that women do want that masculine type of man, and I won't call it alpha male because alpha male has been so wrongly understood in this world today. So I will call it just, the divine masculine. That masculine energy is too much in women, and therefore they repel masculine men. So be conscious of that. And if there are any feminine energy workshops or trying to get into your body and feeling your body, singing, dancing, anything that brings you back into your body and takes you away from your head could be really helpful in attracting the type of man that you want. But do not discard men who are also got, some strong feminine energy in them, because at the end of the day, it's the polarity that matters. So the next tip about which app to use. There are many apps out there. The biggest ones are Tinder and Bumble. There's Hinge, who was a challenger, is doing quite well. Then obviously there was Match.com that was online long time ago before the apps appeared. But my go-to apps were Bumble and Hinge, the ones that worked best for me. There was also Inner Circle, and Raya is very exclusive, so you need to be invited to it. But on Bumble and Hinge, I think there's good enough chance to meet the right person, because a lot of them are in the age groups of 35 plus and also looking for a relationship. So that's the tip about online dating. So once it comes to online dating or digital dating, let's say, after you choose your app, it's important that you set up your profile properly in a way that will attract person. The profile is like the cover of the book. You're the book and the story. So what is it saying about you? Nowadays, the profiles are quite extensive. You can add videos, you can add voice memo to it, and there are prompts that have been taken to break the ice. So make sure you use, not all your pictures are only from you, maybe some activities that you're doing, some close-ups, some, further away, so people can also appreciate your figure, and maybe different types of clothing that express yourself and your personality, maybe a photo with the friends or one doing in sports. So make sure that your profile really represents who you are, so that you attract the right match for you. Also, a lot of misunderstanding or misconception that men want to see you all with makeup and looking beautiful. Actually, men like what's genuine and real. Obviously, if you've got a lot of skin issues, no, you don't want to kind of put a blank, no makeup picture of yourself, because ultimately you want to attract people. But, for the kind of typical female look from a nice angle, a photo without a lot of makeup can actually go a long way. The next tip is that if you want to really find somebody, you have to put in the time. You cannot say, I'm going to go on the app and then not check it for 3 days. It's not going to work. That's why coaching comes in and really helps you get there, what you want, because you need to have some sort of accountability if you have a goal, if you are really, really serious about this. First of all, a lot of matches that happen, like for instance in Bumble, they expire within 24 hours. And also, I think other people may get notification that the match has been made, and if you don't contact them after 12 hours, 13, 14 hours, they might think that you're a bit flaky and you don't care about dating that much. So it's important to spend at least a good 15 minutes on the apps every day, either swiping, or if you met a few people, then chatting with them, so that you keep the momentum going. And the first few exchanges are very, very important, and how you set the scene. In Bumble, women have to make this first step, so it's important to either give a compliment or say something positive about the profile. Do not just say hi. That is so boring and bland. So you can always say, hi, John or Peter, whatever the name is, and it's nice connecting with you here. And maybe say something nice about their profile. So that would get the conversation flowing in a natural way. And that has worked for me in the past. Last but not least, so tip number 10 is about turning those matches into meetings. I cannot emphasize enough, ladies, make sure you have a call, a voice call or a video call before you go on a meeting. You want to first make sure you're not catfished, which means that the profile's got nothing to do with them, and this has happened to me a few times. Secondly, you want to create that rapport, that kind of connection that would help the first meeting to go better. Who would want to go to a first date and find out that, oh my God, I don't want to be here, I made such a big mistake? Or secondly, go to the first date and all kind of goes wrong, and then you think, oh my God, had I had a chat with this person, I would have never gone on this first date. You just increase your chances of the meeting going well and therefore not getting disillusioned. It's really it creates a feeling of hopelessness when you go on many, many, many first dates and they do not materialize, they don't turn into a second date. So to avoid that feeling of feeling down and making sure that you're investing your time correctly, just go on a half an hour call, feel and sense the vibe and see if you are vibing, and then you go on the first date. So if you liked what I've shared, make sure you share your experiences and your views in the comments below. Subscribe to my channel so that you will get more tips about online dating and dating in general, and all the new things that I'll be learning about couples and psychosexual therapy starting in January. I'll be sharing it all on my channel. I have created this guidebook which is free for a limited time, valued at $100 for online dating in your 40s. It's called Swipe Right, Not Wrong, and that would help you with setting you up for success in your online dating. Thank you and see you soon.